Before the desert storm could break over Spain, Spain had to become al-Andalus. Step back to a spring night in 711, small ships slipping across the strait. No fleet of war or merchant vessels, lent by a traitor to the Visigoth crown. They were lent to this man, Tariq ibn Ziyad, a Berber commander in the service of Musa ibn Nusayr, governor of the Muslim West, and master of Tangier. He landed beneath a mountain of pale stone. It bears his name to this day, Jabal Tariq, Gibraltar. The storytellers say he then ordered the ships burned, and told his 7,000 men, "The sea is behind you, the enemy before you. Victory, or death." Before them lay the kingdom of the Visigoths, 3 centuries old, rich, and rotting from within. Julian, Count of Ceuta, had opened the door to its enemies, a vengeance, the legend tells, for a daughter dishonored by the king. That king was Roderick. He marched south with the host of all Hispania. Chroniclers count it far larger than Tariq's band. In July of 711, on the river Guadalete, the 2 armies met. Betrayed on his own wings by rival nobles, Roderick's host shattered in a single day. The king himself vanished into the battle. The Visigoths never crowned another. City after city opened its gates. Within 7 years, nearly all the peninsula answered to new masters. They called the land al-Andalus. Its capital, Córdoba, would grow into the largest, most brilliant city of Western Europe. And history turned on its hinge. The sons of the far west, conquered for centuries, now stood among the conquerors. Morocco and Iberia were bound together across the water. For nearly 800 years, their fates would rise and fall as one. Scholars, poets, and builders crossed that narrow sea in both directions, and raised a civilization the world still mourns in song. But what the sword wins, the sword must keep. In the cold north, the Christian kingdoms endured, gathered strength, and began the long march back south. They would call it the Reconquista. And when that tide came, the defense of al-Andalus would fall, again and again, to the warriors of Morocco. For deep in the Sahara, a new power was stirring. Veiled, disciplined, burning with faith, they would forge an empire from the desert to the gates of the Pyrenees. Their story begins with a single wandering preacher, and a creed as hard as the desert itself. The far west had conquered a kingdom. Next, it would build an empire of its own. That story is next.